Hey Cancer, let's see what your spread says for Halloween. This is going to be a different reading for everyone this day because this is my favorite holiday. So I'm going to see what's going on. Okay. Sorry if you hear my baby in the background. He's 2 months old, so he fusses a lot. Okay. Wait, sorry. Let me spread this out more. Okay. So, all right. For this is a 13 card spread. So I'll explain it as I go along. Now, the skeleton of your situation. This is the bare bones, and you have the pink lotus fairy, and she's saying that it's time for spirit. So the bare bones of the situation that you're dealing with is saying that you have you have to focus on self-love. You have to focus on yourself. Basically, what you can do to grow your spirit or to become more in tune with your inner self. This helps when you do like a lot of meditation on focusing on like your third eye or your crown chakra. But this is a moment where you spend to awaken yourself. So you might want to take a class or some sort of course or something, but this is where you focus on you. So that's the bare bones of it. The mummy covers the bare bones, and that you have fairy of the green world. So this message is the natural world needs you. So this also means while you're focusing on yourself, focus on the natural world. Like focus on greenery, eating, like being eco-friendly, doing things where it will help the environment as well as yourself. Your costume, this is the mask that you're wearing. It's the angel of time. The mask you're wearing is working too hard. That's what the message is. So she's saying, hold on, let me see. She's saying it's time for a break. So, okay. So, I guess with all the way the world is now, with the technical, like Zoom all the time and all these like meetings online, stuff like that, it's saying you're getting to the point where you're burnt out. And you should tap out, like take a break. So I guess that's what your main message is. You're starting to feel overwhelmed, and so far this is what it's saying. You're feeling overwhelmed, and you know something needs to be done, and you're not sure exactly what. So this is what they're saying to do. Just take time out, unplug from the world for a minute, and focus on you and your environment. Okay. The ghost. This is something from your past that that's unresolved and it impacts the situation. Sorry. That is Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. So, unresolved, and you need to focus on it. It's saying that I guess you've been biting your tongue for a while now. And I guess, matter of fact, you're probably taking on too much because you're being kind or you're being nice or you're doing like helping other people as opposed to looking after yourself. And she's saying it's time to speak out, speak your mind, say what it is, because it may be to the point where people are taking advantage of you. Okay, you didn't want to have this confrontation, but if you don't, it's going to be a problem and it's going to stress you out a lot more. Now the devil, this is something that's bedeviling you, so I guess trying to trick you, and that's the two little witches. And it says magical space clearing time. So, in other words, it's time to do your cleansing. Whether it's with sage or a prayer or however you do it, this is time to clean your home. Okay? And also, if you want to do a house blessing, do a house a house cleansing, follow it with a house blessing. Pretty much that's what they're saying. Once you unplug from the technical world, once you unplug from the world around you, focus on you and your home. This is your main energy, Cancer. They're telling you that this is what's been having problems. This is where you've been having problems, okay? And it says, I see a lot of cleaning and fixing going on, and you haven't been doing that. And since you're neglecting yourself, it's starting to wear you down, okay? So unplug from it and clean up, okay? The sixth card is the vampire, and that's what's feeding on you, or what feeds you. And this is the mildew fairy, and she's saying it's cleanup time. I don't know if you can see that, but she's saying it's cleanup time. So, and again, when she represents cleaning in an emotional way, like our emotions are like, being that we're water signs, and I say we because I'm a Cancer. Water signs, our emotions are the water, the depth. When the mildew fairy comes up, she's saying that your emotions are stagnant. Like everything is sitting in one area and it's starting to, like the same way water would. If it's not flowing or if it's not receiving fresh anything, it starts to become stagnant and mildew. So she's saying it's time to clear out that too. So clear out your emotions, clear out your life, clear out your spiritual world, clear out your environment. This is a time for cleansing for you today, Cancer, okay? That's your Halloween message. And they're saying this is it. This is the moment, okay? The seventh card is the jack-o'-lantern. And this is something that is lighting your way. And that is the ghost of the past. And her message is the past returns for a time. And that makes sense because I guess if that's lighting your way, it tells me like your ancestors or your spirits are there coming back. Because you know, today being Samhain and Halloween, or the Day of the Dead, whatever you want to call it, today being that day, the veil is thinnest. So a lot of spirituality, a lot of like, people believe that this is the day where the past does come back. The past, well, the ghost of the past in particular. But being that it means that, I think they're lighting your way. Your ancestors or whatever, or something from your past that's important. It comes up to remind you either of how far you've come or that there's still work to be done. Okay? So pay attention to anything that's from the past that comes up, because that's what's lighting your way. That's what's going to lead you forward to help you see where you need to focus your energy the most. But like I'm saying, it's all about, your whole entire reading from what I'm seeing is about cleansing and clearing. So anything that comes up that does that, that's where you want to go. Okay, the eighth card is the black cat. Now this is something that something that will cross your path, either for good or for bad, or it indicates the type of luck you have. Now, if it's crossing your path and it's mend a broken heart fairy, she's saying you're healing from heartache. So, if it crosses your path, I'm assuming this could be an ex. This could be someone who, this could be someone from your past that broke your heart. And they're coming back. And also with Mercury in retrograde now, I'm not surprised. So it's important when you're dealing with heartache to treat yourself and heal yourself, okay? Because if you don't, it's never gonna fully go away, and then it becomes a point where you're trying to move on and you can't. or you thought you did and then you realize you haven't, but it's usually not too late, but it's usually at the wrong time. So if you're dealing with some sort of heartbreak, this is the time to love yourself. Like if you have to snuggle up on the couch with your favorite movie or book or whatever it is, but this is time to focus on you. Okay? Heal and move on as best you can. The ninth card is the witch. This is how you can use your magic. And that is, autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. So you can use your magic by keeping the faith and not losing hope you have. Not losing any type of hope you may have. Okay? Don't rely on anybody else, because only you can do this. So using your magic is by relying on yourself, making yourself heal. Then you have the bat, and this is a broader view of the situation or something you can't see, and that is the dress of alchemy. Release your power. So if you can't see that, I'm getting the feeling that you don't see how powerful you are, and you have to remove all jealousy, fear, guilt, whatever it is, because it's hindering your energy, and clear that. Once you do that, you'll be able to receive more stronger, powerful, healthier energy. Because right now, any type of pain, guilt, all of that, all of the darker energies is hindering you. It's like weighing you down. It's blocking your strength and your power. Okay? And that's what it's saying. The broader view, you're not seeing this. You're not seeing how holding this down is hurting you. And they're telling you it is. Okay? So again, focus on like yoga, meditation, whatever. I don't know how you do it in particular, but whatever you do, you have to cleanse yourself. That is like, it's crazy because this whole entire reading is screaming that at you. But that's what you do, okay? Cleanse yourself and let it out. Now, Frankenstein. This is what you're creating. Death and the Maiden. Invasions, and her message is invasions, boundaries violated, and dominance. Now, if you're creating this, you're creating a situation where someone is feeding off of you. Look at the skeleton and how he is on the Maiden. Either you're allowing yourself to be fed on by giving yourself into someone who is using you, or someone who's just like the emotional vampire or a spiritual vampire. They're taking from you, and you're allowing this to happen. So they're saying that you need to stop because you're creating it. So to me, my impression is you know they're not good for you, but you still deal with them. You still allow them in the picture. You know, whatever, it could be a person or it can be a situation. Whatever this is, you know it's not good, and it's feeding off of you, and it's making you feel drained. It's making you feel weaker. And I guess you're creating it because you're not putting a stop to it. It's like you go back and you keep going back to it. Okay? Now you have the werewolf, and this is how the situation will change. Faceless ghosts and the haunting girl. Ghost people. How the situation will change. Hold on. Now it's saying people are acting like experts around you, like they know what to do with the situation, and they want you, they're telling you, oh, for your own good, this is what you need to do. You need to be with us. You need to follow us. This is what you need for your own good. But it's best for you to keep to yourself. It's like you're hearing messages from people saying, well, you should, or this is better, or whoever, but they're not like standing firm on it. And I want to say, if they're faceless, it's like you're hearing people say certain things, like someone said this or someone said that, whatever it is, they're faceless. You don't know who they are, but they feel like, oh, you should listen to me, or you should work with me, or come toward me, or help. Like, I'll do it, we'll do it. In actuality, no. Until they can reveal themselves or reveal who they are about the situation or what they're dealing with, if they can't do that, then don't deal with them. Focus on you. You know the answer. Only you can heal yourself. Okay? Stay detached if you need to. Don't like latch back onto anyone, or any one thing, or any one person. Now, your candy bag, and this is like a mix of either treats or whatever you come home with when everything is done, and that's the winged seer. When all is said is done, her message is you see clearly and you have basically almost like clairvoyance. So once you deal with this situation and get through it all entirely, you'll be left with the ability to see things before it happened. You'll be left with you trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, and you'll be able to see these situations as they manifest or before they happen, before you get too deep into it, before you like fall too deeply. So yeah, Cancer, that's your message for this Halloween. Treat yourself and focus on you. Okay? All right, bye.